Major sounds in the kitchen cooking up, boy.
Yo, what's up, YouTube family, man? I got a sad story to bring to y'all tonight, man. It's about a 25-year-old African American. His name is Rasheem Carter. His body was found dismembered in Mississippi, in the Mississippi woods. He went missing in October 2nd, 2022, and then his body was found November 2nd, 2022. And I got this little news segment up here, basically with his mother and their attorney Benjamin Crump, and they pretty much can explain exactly what happened. I've been seeing a lot of different reports and different things out there put on YouTube and Google out there about this situation, and it's just don't nothing add up to the same thing. It just seemed like a lot of people just speculating on certain situations. So rather than do that and read a bunch of fake news or whatever, I just rather let his mom and their attorney speak. So we're gonna watch it together. And for those who got weak stomachs, you know what I'm saying, I'm just letting y'all know right now, some of this stuff, man, that they talking about as far as, the dismemberment, man, if you got a weak stomach, you know what I'm saying, just be cautious on what you hear and what you see. So yeah, let's check it out.
I have been scratching my head about Taylorsville, Mississippi, and what happened there. Something is just not adding up. And whenever I hear no foul play, I am always all ears. I want to hear what happened. But when Rasheem Carter's death was, determined to initially have no foul play connected to it, it didn't sound right at all, because Rasheem had communicated with his mom several times that he was worried about a group of white guys that had been coming after him, hurling a bunch of racial slurs from a truck. And he was scared. Mom said, go to the authorities. And he did a couple times. And then he disappeared. So October 2, he's reported missing. A month later, November 2, his body is found. It's in the woods, and his remains are scattered, and he's been decapitated. And on November 3rd, the Smith County Sheriff said in a Facebook post that there was no reason to believe foul play was involved. I think that's weird. That's just one day after his body's found without his head. So Joseph Scott Morgan, who's a certified death investigator, I called him right away and I said, is it possible, I'm trying to, think about all the possibilities here. Is it possible that a month in the woods in Mississippi in October, is it possible that animal activity could have caused that sort of damage to a body? And he did say it is possible. Coyotes, wild dogs, wild hogs, and domesticated dogs could actually do that, could remove a head from a body. But on Tuesday, the Smith County Sheriff, Joel Houston, who defended his earlier determination, said at the time, no evidence pointed to foul play, which I think is weird because, again, it was only one day, but that he's still waiting on search warrants and that murder has not been ruled out at this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it right there real quick. I feel like, me personally, I'm not a part of law enforcement, but I do feel like whenever you have evidence shown, text messages, recorded phone calls of somebody saying that, hey, I'm having issues with this person, so if I turn up dead, then it more than likely it's the person. You know what I mean? Like, whenever it's a situation like that, I feel like you should never rule out foul play. But obviously, in this situation, they found it. They figured that that's what they wanted to do, is call it foul, well, rule out foul play after a day after they found his body, which is very weird. Like, how a day after they found his body, his remains, and they say it's no foul play. That's kind of weird, you know what I mean? But I don't want to call this whole thing a racial thing, but the more you get deep into the story, it seems to be a racial thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna get more into it though. Let's go.
The attorney for Tiffany Carter, that's his mom, Ben Crump, has said this is a brutal hate crime and it needs to be investigated as such. And I'm very happy Rasheem's mother, Tiffany Carter, and Ben Crump, the family attorney, are joining me live now. First of all, Mrs. Carter, I'm so sorry that we are meeting under these circumstances, and it's just such a painful situation to be in. But facts seem to be fluid. And it seems like when you spoke up, that seems to be when the sheriff softened his tone. Do I have the timing right on that?
Yeah, you had the timing right on it.
It just seems so odd to me. Your son communicated with you that he was being targeted. Can you sort of expand on that a little bit more and tell me what he told you before he died?
Okay, before he died, he actually, well, before anything took place, he actually told me that it was 3 white trucks full of white men trying to harm him, trying to kill him. And I told him to go to the police station and everything. He did.
And that's another thing. Not to stop it again, but that's another thing, y'all. If you get into it with somebody, you know what I mean, and you don't have any weapon or anything to protect yourself, you need to call somebody. You know what I mean? Let somebody know what's going on. You know, don't try to handle the situation alone. You know what I mean? Call somebody, whether it's your mother, your father, your cousin, just so they'll have some kind of, the police will have some type of lead. You know what I mean? It may not be a big lead, you know, because the police don't know exactly. I mean, he put it in the text, but police, you know, you have to prove that what he's saying is true in the text. So, yeah, just make sure you know you if you get into an altercation and you miles away from where you live or miles away from your family, just let somebody know what's going on so that they'll have some type of trace, or they'll have some type of lead if something ever happens to you. Yeah.
Everything that I, asked him to do. They told him he couldn't stay there. He didn't stay there.
I don't understand that. The police told him that he couldn't stay there. Like, run that back.
Him trying to kill him. And I told him to go to the police station and everything. He did everything that I, asked him to do. They told him he couldn't stay there. He didn't stay there. He texted me after he left the police department, and he said that, Mom, if something, he told me, we're not seeing eye to eye. My boss and I are not seeing eye to eye. And then he put his boss name there, and he put the company name there, and he told me if something happened to him, his boss was responsible.
And that was a smart thing to do. That's exactly what I was just talking about. Anytime you having an altercation with somebody and you're miles away from home, because I don't know if for a fact, but it's saying that like he was 300 miles away from, I guess, where he come from. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't want to give fake news, but you guys can go research it yourself, pull it up and see exactly, how far he was. But he was smart for doing that, letting his mother know. That way she can give the police some type of lead on this case. And another thing, I'm just not understanding why the police didn't allow him to stay at the police department. They supposed to protect and serve. See, that's the problem, man. The police do not protect and serve. You know what I mean? That's why we as black people don't have a good relationship with the police department, because when it comes to us in our communities, they don't protect and serve. You know what I mean? They seem as if they're the enemy, or they don't care enough. But to not allow this man, when he's feeling like he's about to be harmed by somebody, like to not allow him to sit in the police department and be somewhere, with some safety, like it's crazy. You know what I mean? But we're gonna keep going.
And he said, Mama, I'm smart. He got these men trying to kill me. And he texted me that after he actually left the police department that particular night. And then later on, once they found his remains, they told me when I went back there that I I did when they first seen it. I mean, when they first found it, I never got the opportunity to see it the very first day when they found his remains. So the next day, which was November the 3rd, they allowed me to go back there and they showed me where his remains were, were found. But when I went back there, immediately the Holy Spirit told me it was foul play. And then I told the sheriff, I said that he said, when I told him it was foul play, he said, no, it's no foul play. That's what he told me. And he tried to convince me.
And it's crazy. I hate to keep stopping at y'all, but it's crazy to rule that out so soon. Like, why would you rule it out, especially when she letting y'all know, hey, I got texts from my son saying that somebody is trying to kill me. So for you to rule it out, it's like, do you know something that I don't know? And if you're gonna rule it out, what's the cause? Like, that's my thing. If you're gonna rule foul play out, what's the cause of death then? If that's the case, you know what I mean? So I don't know what the coroner is doing or whatever the case may be. I don't know if anybody's on a job in Mississippi, but you don't rule out. That's just my opinion. I'm not law enforcement, so I don't know. This is just my opinion. You don't rule out foul play and then don't tell the parent the cause of death. Like, it just don't make sense. Do it make sense to y'all? Like, am I wrong? Like, am I wrong? Let's go.
Let me ask your attorney, Ben Crump. Ben, it seems odd that Rasheem was found on November 2nd in that condition, and it wasn't even like a day before the no foul play was, posted on Facebook. Is the concern with the amount of time, how quickly they determined that? Because it seems now that murder may still be on the table.
Well, Ashley, they said no foul play so quickly, it made Tiffany Carter and her family believe that they were trying to sweep it under the rug. And it wasn't until our firm and a lot of other people started saying, this doesn't add up. When you look at that text message and the fact that he was being chased, you have to investigate this. You cannot try to tell this brokenhearted mother that her son being found with his head decapitated was natural, because I believe, as Tiffany said, he said, oh, he must have got dehydrated and passed out, and animals tore his body apart from the head, the spinal cord. I mean, it makes no.
Yeah, this video about to end in a minute. I'm sorry for keep stopping it, but it just, even with the attorney, he's not speaking very clear. This is no disrespect, no diss to him. I'm just saying, like, he's not very speaking clear. I don't, know if they didn't have a lot of time to speak on this segment, but it's just unclear to why, his spinal cord was missing and pulled over here, and this body part was over here. Like they said, in October, it's a possibility that, animals could have dismembered his body like that. But for him to, and I have a picture that I'm gonna show y'all. I do have a picture that I want to show y'all, showing the last picture that was taken of him. It was from one of those cameras they have in the woods. One of those things they put up on the trees in the woods to catch, different things going on as far as the animals in the woods. And they actually snapped a picture of him. Sorry, they actually snapped a picture of him holding a stick. So I truly don't believe that it was an animal that committed this act. I really want to, because I don't want people to tear up Mississippi. Because, if this thing get anything close to the George Floyd situation, which I'm hoping it don't, you know what I'm saying? But I hope his family get justice. But you know how it's gonna go down if it comes out that it was some, white man that actually committed this act on this guy, man. I really hope that it was an animal that possibly done this, but the way this, like I say, the lawyer, they're not being very clear. I don't feel like they are telling the whole story. Maybe they didn't have a lot of time, But yeah, man, there's more to the story. That's why I say y'all need to go check it out for yourselves, and see for yourself exactly what happened. But yeah, they're not telling the whole thing. Maybe they just didn't have enough time to do it on this segment. But yeah, let's get into it and finish it up.
No sense whatsoever, Miss Banfield.
Well, we're going to follow this case. Clearly, if there are still warrants due, then there's still information to come. And I hope you'll keep us posted. And we certainly, Ms. Carter, will keep you in our prayers as well. And I said it before, I'll say it again. I am so sorry we're meeting under these circumstances. And I just wish you all the peace that your family is deserved.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I also want to thank Cardi B. I want to thank her and Benjamin Crump for shining so much light on my son's case. I really appreciate the love and the support that they have given me throughout this time.
He is a beautiful young man. We're seeing just beautiful pictures of your beautiful son. And I thank you so much for sharing this with us. And we are going to follow the case. Thanks. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, so I just wanted to put this story out there. I know it's a bunch of people that's already getting a whiff of this story and putting it out there, and they should be. Black people got to start doing more positive things on their platforms. You know what I mean? And if I got to lead the people to do that, that's what I'm gonna do. I know there's other brothers out there. And shout out to y'all that's being positive on y'all platforms and ain't just putting out negative content. You know what I mean? Because we need this. We need to be supportive to family victims and things like that. You know what I mean? Because it helps with the cases. You feel me? If more people stand there like us, and like she said, shout out to Cardi B too. I haven't seen what Cardi B has done as far as bringing light to the situation, but I will go to her IG or her social media to find out, exactly what she was talking about, you know what I mean? But like, we do need that from our black celebrities, our brown celebrities, in order to help with these situations, you know what I mean? Rather it was, no foul play or foul play. Now, in my opinion, I think it is foul play, especially for the police to try to rule it out so quick. But yeah, man, I hate to have to bring this sad story, you know what I mean? But I got to cover it. I got to, let the people know what's really going on out here, especially the people that follow me and my channel. So, like I told y'all before, I'm going to come with different content, each and every week. So, shout out to Cardi B once again, you know what I'm saying? I'm sending my condolences out to Rasheem Carter's family and his mother, you know what I mean? Stay strong. And yeah, we out. Y'all already know what it is. It's Trending Topic Podcast.